Are you ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal is like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to High on Sports. I am Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and whether you are listening to us tonight on one of the many glorious apps or at home on your computer, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your evening. Remember, as always, if you're not listening to one of the many glorious apps, go to the App Store on your smartphone. It is free to download TuneIn Radio. Simply install it, search for MSC Radio Network, hit play, and you will, you are listening to us on the go from your device, wherever you have service or Wi-Fi or whatever kind of device you're using, and you can listen to us on the go. It's that simple, that easy. And remember, as always, you can email your questions or comments to shows@morningshowcentral.com to get a hold of us directly. Call the show toll-free 1-888-668-0742. Tweet your questions or comments at high_on_sports or with the hashtag HighOnSports. Facebook.com/HighOnSports is our fan page. Make sure you give it a like if you haven't already. You'll get updates from us, various sports news, and the occasional sports-related meme that makes us chuckle, and we hope it does the same for you. And, of course, you can write on our wall to communicate with us as well. All that, and remember, highonsports.net is the website. It's got the archive of all our past shows, my blog, and a bunch of other fun stuff. Again, that is highonsports.net. We have got a jam-packed show, so let's get right into it here. It is round one. Let's go. All right, obvious place to start. I know you guys have some a lot of baseball you probably want to talk right now. We will be getting baseball a little later in the show. These two braving the elements, I guess, kind of.
It wasn't too bad in the
for
sun.
the doubleheader. Von Erich has some problems with the sun.
Yeah.
I'm getting a better look.
Only
at it
when I
now.
remove my glasses do I have problems with the sun.
So the glasses.
I'll tell you about
stay
it in
on.
the chat room. I'm logged in as Redface.
Oh,
Should have been raccoon.
but no, we're gonna start with basketball. Obviously, it is. We are in full swing of the playoffs, and if my math is correct, which it might not be, I never know. We may know who's playing in the conference final games by the time we are on the air next week. I believe so, right? Potentially, or at least have a much better idea. Either way, this series as they stand right now, two in the East. Of course, the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls. Miami leading that series 2-1, surprisingly. Since the last time we spoke to you, that series, it's just been a roller coaster of ups and downs. I mean, obviously, we came out that night, the night of Game 1, actually, was our show and everything. It was a Monday night. And we just talked about how the Bulls don't stand a chance. How they stand the chance of someone who's wearing an NBA jersey for professional reasons, and that's about it. Then the Bulls came out and won Game 1. They stole it. The Heat know that they're that much better than the Bulls, though. And Game 2, 115-78, the Heat
There
won.
was no question there.
The Heat were like, hey, no, just stop it. Stop it. Game 3, a little closer. Heat end up taking that one by 10. It was tied most of the evening, though, with that one. Really coming down to late in the fourth quarter. The Heat pulled away 104-94. Game 4 is tonight. It's starting just in a bit. We'll give you updates on that if it should happen to become relevant. Although
On right now, it's tied 2-2.
exactly, so I say updates if it should become relevant, which first hour probably won't.
No.
Probably will not. I think you won't miss a thing if you just watch the show and then check them out after everything in between, immediately following High on Sports with your host, Von Erich. The other series over in the East, the New York Knickerbockers are down 2-1 to the Indiana Pacers. Did you hear the story that Spike Lee supposedly tried to buy the tickets away from like a Pacers fan or something? Like offered him like $40,000 or whatever, and the Pacers fan said no.
Nice.
They said, "Screw you, Spike Lee."
Nice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If he's got those tickets in the first place, it's not like money's a problem. For
exactly,
This guy.
it's not like he's some hardworking blue collar guy or something. Like clearly he's all right, but let's review that series. By the way, Pacers 102, Knicks 95. They came in and stole game one. It doesn't feel like a steal though. Everyone
No,
wants to
the
say it is.
Indiana's better than New York.
By seeding, it would be an upset if Indiana wins.
Yeah.
But Indiana, they're a better team.
Yeah.
They really are, top to bottom. They actually know what defense is. By the way, did you hear Tyson Chandler actually called out Melo, sort of?
Yeah.
He said that they're doing fine. The team can be a little lazy on defense, and their biggest problem is that they can be selfish on offense. And then someone talked to Melo today about that, and he said, yeah, we're going to sit down and have a talk about his comments, because I'm not sure what he means. You are absolutely sure
Yeah,
what he
Carmelo's
means,
being an
Carmelo
idiot.
Anthony. Don't be stupid. You know that
I mean-
everyone knows he's the new Kobe in terms of being selfish. Kobe's not even the Kobe anymore. People still make the jokes like, "Oh, Kobe's a ball hog." Whatever. Kobe just wants to win. He doesn't even care how anymore.
Yeah.
Kobe just wants a title. He'll ride the bench to a title if he wants to. I mean, but Melo, he's a new ball hog. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But then, of course, Melo did end up leading the Knicks onto a victory, 105-79. The Pacers, when they've been losing bad, is the problem.
It's
which-
either they show up and they win, or they just go, "Hey, Knicks."
They win like a tightly contested game where they get through with fundamentals and everything, or they just get the snot beat out of them. But then, of course, they did win the next game, Game 3, 82-71, which is how the Pacers got to their 2-1 advantage over New York. Now, Game 4 will be Tuesday night at 7 p.m. That is in, if memory serves, Indiana, correct? Yes, because the Knicks are the higher seed. So
Yeah.
Knicks, Pacers. So, yeah, that
Knicks,
Game 4 will be
Pacers,
in the
Knicks.
Pacers. If the Pacers win, though, the series is over. You can pretty much call that one. I think the Pacers need to win anyways. This needs to be a learning experience for them because they're still a young team overall. There's not a lot of, there's a lot of youth there and stuff. They're still sort of coming into their own, and this needs to be the turning point. Just put your foot on their throat and just press down until they're not making any more noise. That's what you got to do. Don't let the Knicks linger because we've talked about this. They live and die by the three. And you give them a crack, and they have the potential to break the whole wall down. But at the same time, you don't give them a crack, they got nothing. If they can't have their three ball, they can't win.
No.
They absolutely cannot win. They're totally they're just. If you're like a youth coach or whatever, like high school, junior high, whatever, like you should just make sure your kids have no access to any video of the Knicks, like at all. They're just like the exact opposite of what everyone wants to teach about basketball growing up.
Pretty
and
much.
everything. It's they have a guy who leads the NBA in scoring because he's a total ball hog.
Yeah.
He takes more shots than anybody in the NBA. Shooting percentage isn't even anything special.
No.
And he's leading the NBA in scoring. They have one guy who can really play defense. In
Everybody
Tyson
else
Chandler.
is just like, "Oh, you just drove by me and scored again? Darn it!"
And they absolutely just try to run up and down the court
Yeah.
on you, and they'll let you score in hopes that they'll get the ball to go down and score quicker. They are just absolutely like the exact opposite of any kind of fundamentals. Now we go out west. We're building up to the series where we'll see if I'm gonna toot my own horn. We'll see when we get there. It might be a little early, but we'll see.
Toot.
We'll see. But first to Oklahoma City and Memphis. The Thunder and the Grizzlies, surprisingly-ish, the Grizzly up 2-1. You can 100%. That is because the lack of
Westbrook, yeah.
Westbrook. If Westbrook is there, it's an entirely different story. But it makes it very interesting, the fact that the Grizzlies could potentially advance on. And they do play tonight at 9:30, obviously in Memphis, right? Yes, Memphis. So, a win tonight, and suddenly they're up 3-1 on the defending Western Conference champions. That's a pretty good position to be in. That would be quite a sight to see. Now let's move over to the series that matters. I've decided I'm not going to quite toot my own horn yet because I'd hate to get too, braggy and stuff and then have it blow up in my face. But it's looking like I'm going to get to have a total I called it moment with my Golden State Warriors. I hyped them up last week's show. I said, and I quote, "I'm all in. buy into the Warriors right now. You guys acted like it was blasphemy that I would say that a team of children
figured
like
they'd
this
run out of
could
gas.
take on the Spurs, if not for a Manu Ginobili 3 that was a buzzer beater, which is sheer luck anyways. If not for that one shot, they would be up 3-1 right now on the San Antonio Spurs, and who knows how the other games would have gone. They could have potentially been swept up. But, I don't play in what ifs. I don't play that game. I live in the moment. And, it's 2-2, so I'm not going to quite rub it in your faces yet. I'm going to wait till next week's show when the Warriors have advanced on. And, of course, Game 5 for Golden State is tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time on TNT. Warriors and Spurs. It's Game 5, so let me do the math. Blah, 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 blah. Spurs. It's in San Antonio. So, they win out. They, that means they would win it out, close it out at home in Golden State, in the Oracle, the O, I think they call it. That sounds right. But, I'm telling you, Golden State, buy it. Because even when Steph Curry didn't play to his best ability, Klay Thompson came in that night and just destroyed it. Let me get the stat line on that real quick, on what Klay Thompson did that night. This was Game 3, or no, it wasn't. I think it was Game 2. I don't remember. Oh well, it was Game 2. All right, the Warriors win it 100-91. They sort of slowed down Steph Curry, to say the least. Klay Thompson, 34 points, 14 rebounds. You got a shooting guard who's going to get 14 rebounds for you? That's absolutely insane. And that plus David Lee is playing now. He's not in the starting lineup quite yet, but he's playing some minutes. I'm telling you, look out for this Warriors team. Look out. If they get past the Spurs, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting once they're playing in the NBA Finals, which will happen. I am not backing down because I look even more right than I did last week. So if all things continue to progress, I'll be even more right next week, so that'll be awesome. Let's talk about a team that's not in the playoffs, a team that's been talked about a lot this offseason. The Sacramento, in quotation marks, Kings. Now, we know, supposedly it seemed like it was over. First, it was an inevitable. They're getting sold to some Seattle-based group. They're gone. No more Sacramento again. Then, all of a sudden, about 2 weeks ago or so, the owners voted and turned it down, the offer for them to go to the Seattle team. This Seattle team has upped their what they're offering, the Seattle group, I should say, has upped their offering price astronomically high, according to some rumors.
Free rent.
What?
Free rent.
Yeah. They've upped the deal like crazy, and now there's so many pieces and parts moving in here, and apparently there's going to be another vote next week. And now this is Kings fans or Sacramento fans thinking to themselves, all right, we just got to get past this next vote. We get it shot down, and we're good. We're good to go. Apparently, there's a Sacramento group trying to put a bid together to buy the team. And the big blow to Sacramento here, the latest we have on the story, is that the Maloofs have said today about this Sacramento group, we're not selling to you, period. Whether they approve or deny, the only way that we're selling the Kings is to this Seattle group. Now, I think a big part of that is the rumors of how much money is being thrown around here. I've seen some crazy figures I don't even want to throw out here because they sound stupidly wrong, but according to some reports, I don't even know. We're talking in the hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars more than their previous offer. But either way, basically the Maloofs are saying no matter what this vote says next week, it's a matter of when they're moving to Sacramento, not if. I know you feel. I know your feelings on the moving teams and everything.
Yeah.
But it just seems like this. I've never seen it so adamant, though. It's one thing if an owner, we're discussing a move, and then it gets shot down. This is over. This is discussed a move. It got shot down. The owner said, no, damn it.
Right? I'm going to figure out a way to get rid of my team.
This is the Maloofs. Are they from Sacramento? Because they won't be able to show their face there ever again.
No, they'll probably be hung in the street.
I mean, wow.
But it also seems like the fans don't care whether they go or not.
I don't think Sacramento is a sports city. It's what? It's the capital of California. right?
Yeah, it's
Correct.
the only.
It's the only like
they have
capital
a-
city that has one.
They have a
pro sports team,
AAA
right?
baseball team, I think, but
Yeah.
other than that, they don't really have much going on sports-wise.
This is it as far as upper level professional.
Yeah, you would think that
I
that'd
don't
be the
even
hot
think they have
ticket
an
in town.
MLS team. Do they?
No, because the Galaxy would be the California team.
True. Is Sacramento on a coast? I know nothing about.
No,
geography.
it's not. It's not.
Maybe that's part of it. Is you think Cali and you kind of think like the coast, like San Diego gets stuff, LA gets stuff, like the
Oh,
SoCal.
it's not like
I mean,
Sacramento's a small city.
No,
it's
no,
a
no,
poor
of course
city,
not.
but it's not small.
but I don't. It really it's one of those things that just doesn't make sense. It's like a lot of stuff where they like there's so many cities where it's just like wait they don't have a team or something like LA. We're talking about putting a football team in LA. You'd think a football team should have been there for a while now. And there's things like Kansas City. Every time a hockey team talks about moving, Kansas City immediately throws their bid in there. Why does Kansas City not have a hockey team? They just seem like they should have a hockey team. It's cold, there's nothing. Like, just give them a hockey team. It just, how many people want a hockey team right now, and then they're gonna get one? And you hear Columbus is actually still trying to put together a bid for an NBA team. Obviously not the Kings. I think they're pretty much tied to Seattle. But Columbus wants to get its own NBA team. But I don't know how that would work out because they're just, there's probably a lot of people in Columbus that are Cavs fans.
And I'm sure Cincinnati would have something to say about that because they're a big
Cincy doesn't have a team.
Yeah, they're a big basketball town with the University of Cincinnati and Kentucky's right down there. So there's a big basketball market. It's just are we going to find a team to move there, or is it going to be an expansion team? And how far in the future is this? We don't really know.
It just gets so much. It's so much more complicated talking when you start talking about the money with the relocation and things like that for every sport except maybe the NFL, because the NFL is just in such good shape right now that put a team there and then a fountain of money will just spray up into the air. And
exactly
that's
what
it.
happens.
That's it. There's no complication to it. But the NBA, according to what people said during the lockout, is only like, what is it? What was the numbers being thrown around? Only supposedly like 4 or 5 owners actually saw a profit from the year before. And then it's like, is that true? Because, how can you sit there and own a basketball team for so long and not see something from it?
Yeah.
What's the point? It's just so complicated, and there's so many numbers going back and forth. It's like there's varying numbers in the NFL, but they're all like in the green. So it's just like, I don't care. It's a couple million off from projections. It's still millions and millions of dollars that I'm using to light my cigars. Like, the NFL's nothing but money right now. Everything else is just nothing but confusion. But either way, the Maloofs just seem like they have a stupid name to begin with, too.
They apparently just don't they really dislike Sacramento so much that they will go through every possible loophole they can find to take the team away from them.
They just seem like they're not smart enough to own a team.
That too.
And I'm telling you, like I just said about the name, I'm not even just trying to make fun of their name. Like, if I was writing a movie and I was like, okay, well, here's this billionaire character, but he's really stupid, I would pick the name Maloof. Because it's just, you hear like, oh, I'm, blah, 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 Maloof. You instantly think, like, oh, so you're like an idiot then. That's just how it sounds. I just, no, they shouldn't own a team anymore. We've talked about this. We don't want teams to move. We don't. We know what it's like.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Maloofs should own a team.
No.
Anymore. I think, and I know we've talked about how complicated it gets when a team leaves, and how now cities like Seattle think, oh, team's gone. Well, then we just put together the bid for the next one. That's how it works, And like, I'm not saying Sacramento fans should just try to bank on that, but I just think the ownership there has no idea what they're doing.
No.
This is the second move attempt in 2 years. And we had the big celebration last offseason that they're saved. They did it. They'll be in Sacramento forever. Forever meaning like
1
6
season.
to 7 more months.
Yeah.
Until a new owner from a new city swoops in. Because first they were going to go to Anaheim. Now they're going to go to Seattle. They're just, they'll just pick a new city if this stops. the Maloofs just do not know what they're doing. And especially last year, it was that the Maloofs lost their money because they didn't know what they were doing. Not because of fans, because of attendance or anything. I don't know where Sacramento ranks in attendance. I know it's not, bottom of attendance. but obviously it's not at the top or anything like that either. But all right, so that's we'll have more on that actually on next week's show or potentially the week after the next owners meeting to decide what's going to happen there. I think this time they just go. I think they're going to be in Seattle because they need to make the decision and everything before the draft, I believe, because by then you're supposed to have new logos and names and things like that submitted. So I think it gets done this month, and I think it's going to be a real fast-track process. Sort of move them in the middle of the night, pack everything up, and just go.
Yeah.
That's probably how it's going to go down.
We've never seen that happen before.
No, never. But anyway, speaking of the draft, we do have in just about a week here the NBA's draft lottery. It's exciting. There's not too much we can do as far as make predictions and stuff. I'm gonna make a bold guess right now. Actually, I'll save that till the end. I'm gonna make my prediction for who's gonna get the number one pick. But either way, I have the odds and some where teams are going to be picking and stuff like that. Their ranges. Obviously in front of me. I have the Utah Jazz have the least likely chance, of course, with a 0.005% chance at the number one pick. Then comes the Dallas Mavericks, Toronto Raptors, Philadelphia 76ers, Portland Trailblazers, Minnesota Timberwolves, Washington Wizards, Detroit Pistons, Sacramento Kings, New Orleans Pelicans. It already changes the name.
Oh my God!
They'll be at the draft.
About that.
They'll be at the draft as the Pelicans.
Oh,
everything will be Pelicans.
Stupid bastard who owns that team and changed the name.
Oh man, the Pelicans.
I cannot get more gay than that.
Then come the Phoenix Suns with a 0.119 chance. Let me fancy that up. I think that's an 11.9% chance. Yes. 11.9% chance of the first pick. Then comes our own Cleveland Cavaliers with a 15.6% chance.
It's going to happen this year.
Number one pick. You think it happens again?
I'm calling it.
Wouldn't be. I mean, I'd be excited if it happened, but at the same time, it's like, what are you going to get? Nerlens Noel?
It's true. That's why I think this is our year because there's nothing to get.
I mean, now it was a historically weak draft class the year we did get one most recently. With Kyrie, because it was essentially Kyrie and then
nobody.
Yeah. The whole draft. So, I mean, it was we were lucky to get number one and everything. And the draft is still a little while away. We got time to watch people run around in circles at gyms and things and somehow evaluate how they'll be great.
Yeah, run some drills.
Exactly. Then we have the Charlotte Bobcats, still just hanging out. 19.9% chance, and the Orlando Magic, 1 year without Dwight, with a 25% chance at the number one overall pick. Could you imagine if they get it the year after losing Dwight Howard and immediately go for this, supposedly potentially great center? Just immediately replace him. It would just be ridiculous, but then
Sounds
again,
a little familiar. The year after we lose LeBron, we get the number one pick and
just
get
what
Kyrie.
are you implying, sir?
I'm implying that Kyrie was a smart pick.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. The Cavaliers, by the way, are guaranteed a top 6 pick. They will be picking anywhere from 1 to 6. So guaranteed a good pick in that regard. Plus, of course, they get the LA Lakers pick.
Yeah.
Because, and here it just gets complicated, they get the Miami Heat's pick, but because the Lakers pick is lottery protected and they didn't make the lottery, they get the right to choose if they would like to switch the Heat's pick with the Lakers pick, which they will because it's a better pick, which means now the Phoenix Suns, who would have been getting the Lakers pick, will now pick in the Heat's pick. Either way, all you need to know is that the Cavs will be picking anywhere between 1 and 6, and then I believe in the 17 to 19 range with the LA Lakers pick. So 2 top 20 picks is what they're going to wind up with, ultimately.
I'm good with it.
Not a bad day. Not a bad day by anyone's standards, really. I'll tell you who I think is the number one, though. I think the team that gets the number one... Oh, how interesting would it be if it was the Kings? Wouldn't that just be the best one, aside from, obviously, the Cavaliers?
That's a great story.
That would be fun. That would be really fun if the Kings... I think it could be the Suns. I think the Suns have a chance about an 11 to 12% chance. I'm feeling they could come out of nowhere. I'm saying if you're a gambling man, though, don't be afraid to go all in on the Toronto Raptors. They're a dark horse in all this. Got a
Team easily forgotten about.
0.6%. It's hard to. It's just weird seeing the Mavericks here. Like I feel like that's a typo. I feel like, oh, you mean the Houston Rockets, right? No, that says Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas to make the playoffs for the
what?
first time in forever.
They're right in the Houston Rockets place. That spot belongs to the Houston Rockets. I guess not anymore. It's gonna be interesting to see though. A lot of underclassmen, obviously, like always. Oh, actually, I have the exact. It is pick 19 from the Lakers for the Cavaliers. So the Cavaliers will be picking 1 through 6 and 19. So their first pick will be in the 1 to 6 range. Second pick 19. But again, still top 20. Top 20. Last time they've been doing that for a while now. Was it last year was last year was ultimately 2 top 20 picks because of the trade, and then the year before that. It was two top 5 picks.
Yeah.
So this is the third year in a row
that
the Cavaliers will be picking twice in the top 20.
That's legit.
Top 19, really.
Yeah.
Third year in a row they've been doing that. This is it's time for playoffs next year.
Yeah.
It just is. It just is. You brought in a coach who, coaches playoff teams. Or has coached playoff teams and everything. And you look, this is going to be our 6th top 19 pick in 3 years. I mean, it's just you will have had enough picks to build an entire group of starters and a 6th man. I mean, at this point, it's time to get things done. I mean, it's as simple as that. The NBA, by the way, also today, while we're at it, I'll share this. The NBA shared its all-defense first team today. And a little bit interesting, I think, that Marc Gasol did not make the NBA's all-defensive first team, yet he's the Defensive Player of the Year. So, I mean, tell me how that makes sense. And also, maybe I'm just stupid, but they named 6 players. I always thought it was 5, but I guess I'm wrong.
They named 6?
They named 6. Yeah.
I feel like...
What just happened? Why is internet doing this? Stop it, internet. Anyways, yeah, I've got the list in front of me here. It is LeBron James making the cut. Of course. Oh, I got all defense first and second team. This is first team. They got 2 forwards, 2 centers, 2 guards. Go figure. LeBron James, Serge Ibaka are the 2 forwards. The 2 centers are Tyson Chandler and Joakim Noah making the cut. Guards Tony Allen and Chris Paul. Very interesting to see they go Joakim Noah over Marc Gasol. I mean, it's being named to an all, defense team or something, so it's not like it means too much for the most part, but it still just seems like a really crappy call by whoever made that vote. Just does not seem like they know what they're doing. Then we get to the second team. The 2 forwards are Tim Duncan in his old age, in his advanced age.
Still play ball, though.
Making the all-defensive second team. Paul George of Indiana. A lot of people thought he got snubbed from the first team as well. Marc Gasol, like I said, is the 1 center. See, then they only have 5 on the second team. I don't understand this at all. I guess they had a tie, clearly, with 24 and 24 votes for Tyson Chandler and Joakim Noah. So apparently they had a tie at the center position. A tie at the center position, and it doesn't involve Marc Gasol. So they're torn on who should be in here. No one picking the actual all-defensive player of the year. He got 12, exactly half the votes of the other 2. Avery Bradley in Boston actually making it for the guards, along with Mike Conley in Memphis. It's a former Buckeye, right? Is that him?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Of course.
Our point guard.
Was he there? He was there with Greg Oden?
Yep.
That was
Yes,
that time?
he was.
Yep, the
It's a
3.
fun time. Absolutely fun time. Greg Oden's still, by the way, rumors still floating out there that he could potentially be a Cavalier next year. I'm not sure how smart of a move it seems.
You'd better sign him to a minimum because he's gonna get hurt in about 3 days.
That's what he's gonna get. It's just a minimum, but we're just gonna be paying him to ride the bench and wear a
much.
suit.
Exactly. It's funny to think that we could. I know the depth chart wouldn't exactly shape out this way, but we could go in with Tyler Zeller as our third string, with Odin and Verjao in front of them. If we did, Zeller would still ultimately end up starting the most games at center.
Because he's healthy.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, you're gonna find out what's urinating us off. We're gonna talk a little bit of Major League Baseball. Break down what these guys saw today, as well as the rest of the standings across the league. All that and so much more. You listen to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
I know. Oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more. And almost taste Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
The following message is for those with a credit score of 800 and below. Who wouldn't want better credit? Did you ever wonder how different life would be from just having a higher credit score? Are you tired of being turned down for any kind of loan or only offered high interest rates because your credit score is holding you prisoner? Life doesn't have to be that way anymore with access to TurnScore. By increasing your credit score only 50 to 100 points, it can potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars in interest over just a 5 to 10 year period. It can be the difference in getting approved for a personal loan, business loan, high limits on credit cards, a brand new car lease, or even a home mortgage. We see so many ads from companies that give us our credit score, but once we get our credit score, what are they going to do to actually repair your credit? Unfortunately, nothing. Until now, TurnScore is the first automated credit repair platform that is simple, safe, and secure. You'll be empowered right from the comfort of your own computer, so you can challenge and repair your credit report to ensure it's fair and accurate. TurnScore is specifically developed with you in mind. There's no more need for an attorney, credit repair companies, or credit counseling. More importantly, no more need for paying higher fees. TurnScore will help you get back on track and get the buying power you need. So whether you have bad credit, average credit, or even good credit, TurnScore is helping turn lives around one credit score at a time. Go to turnscore.com and enter the promo code MSC20 and get $20 off your purchase. That's TURNSCOR.com. TURNSCOR.com. Turnscore.com.
Start to lose your grip, then you come running back to me. Start abusing when you're using, in the meantime losing. Baby, why don't you let it be? Fixing, you come running back to me, and there's no doubt it's all been played out. Now I'm on my way out, baby. Why can't you see? mind. Something's got to give. It's talking to me. 'Cause I can hear you when you're screaming. Shut the door, say why you leaving. Like it's talking to me, to me, to me, to me, to me.
Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now.
Okay, we got some breaking news from downtown Cleveland. We're going to kick to our on-the-scene reporter, Justin.
This is Justin from the MSC Radio Network. We are live downtown where we've had some reports of some recent zombie attacks. We got a witness here that states she knows what's happening.
Oh my God, the zombie was eating that man's face. But I got an awesome Mindless Clothing t-shirt.
Mindless Clothing. www.mindlessclothing.com.
Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningshowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. Call the show toll-free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningshowCentral.com. User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningshowCentral.com.
Hello, sports fans, and welcome back to High on Sports. I am Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
And whether you are joining us tonight on your computer or one of the many glorious apps, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your evening. If you are not listening on one of the many glorious apps, go to the App Store, search for TuneIn Radio. It is free to download, install it, search MSC Radio Network, hit play, and you are listening to us on the go. It is that simple. Remember, as always, you can call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. tweet your questions or comments at us at high_on_sports or with the hashtag #HighOnSports. And remember, Facebook.com/HighOnSports. It's our wall. Share our memes, our breaking news, interesting little stories, tidbits, things like that. And remember, as always,
fun stuff.
Oh, absolutely. It's a hoot and a half, some have called it. Some. HighOnSports.net is the website. It is the archive of all our past shows, my blog, bunch of other fun stuff. Sorry. I just had a mini stroke on air. It is it's a great website. Just go to it. Just don't even worry about it. HighOnSports.net. Again, HighOnSports.net. All right, we got a jam-packed second half for you. It is round 2. Let's go.
It's like that one day that it happened to me.
Let me give the audience. I'm going to explain that now. Let me give the audience a look into my life. When I open the show to you like that, it's the same thing every time. It's literally just a pre-programmed thing. That's the first thing you need to know about broadcasting. Figure out the pattern and just repeat it. And then, I don't know, at some point my brain just started thinking about,
shut down.
What am I going to have for dinner tonight? What am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to have for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Delicious Hanini subs.
Speaking of food.
Huzzah! This, by the way, not part of the same routine every time. This is just from the heart.
It is.
Hanini subs, by the way, if you haven't had Hanini subs.
I get so hungry.
It's delicious.
7:30.
We get that 7:42 feeling.
Yep.
Every night at about 7:42, 7:43. So check out Hanini subs. It is located on 7310 Lorraine Avenue. And if you tell them that MST Radio Network sent you, you get $1 off of your sub.
$1.
A whole $1. Honey Boo Boo says that $1 makes her holler, so
please don't ever speak of Honey Boo Boo again.
do that. Do with that what you will.
Please don't.
Hey, I didn't say I like her. I just quoted her.
Just walk up to the counter and say, "Honey Boo Boo, $1 makes you holler."
Exactly. Do that.
Yeah, you don't have to mention
If
MSC anymore.
if I ever saw
Honey Boo Boo, that's the password.
Run into Honey Boo Boo, I'd punch her in the face, and then I'd punch her mother in the face, and then I'd punch the rest of that family in the face.
How would you find her mother's face?
That's true.
You might end up with your fist in one of her chins.
That's true. Okay.
You gotta punch her in the face. You come back, you just have a stub where your arm was.
I'll have to rethink that.
It's like punching Jabba the Hutt. Can you? I don't think so. Anyways, so
that just absorbs.
This show is about sports. I sometimes forget.
And
it's
sidetracks.
It's time for a staple of High on Sports. That is, of course, what's urinating us on. We're going to start as we always do with Von Erich. All right. Von Erich, what's urinating you off?
Well, let's keep it in the sports world, and I want to talk about Maxim Magazine.
Sure.
They just released their list of the Hot 100 females. Normally, you get celebrities such as Jessica Chastain, whoever that may be. I think she's from True Blood. Emma Roberts, that's the Harry Potter girl, right?
No.
No.
That's Emma Watson.
No, that's Julia Roberts. She was Nancy Drew.
Sure. All right. We'll
Or am I
take
thinking
that and run
someone
with
else?
it.
She was in Scream 4.
And
so there's that.
All right, we'll try this one on for size. Zooey Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel from New Girl.
And of course, taking the number one spot this year, Miley Cyrus. But we won't discuss that. I want to talk about the number 69 entrant. New name to the list this year. Manti Te'o's fake girlfriend.
Oh.
On the list of the Hot 100.
The picture they have for her is, I have to say, just stunning.
Yeah, it's
gorgeous.
The outline of the ocean, or a picture of the ocean with looks like a shadowed bikini on it. Can you pull that up on the... we'll post the picture on our Facebook page, facebook.com/HighOnSports.
There it is.
And what's urinating me off about this is, well, we all know that Maxim Magazine, that caters to a group of young men who...
Young gentlemen who like to see...
Yeah, who... might
bodies.
not necessarily see one of these Hot 100 women anytime in their lives.
Absolutely.
So, this kind of works well for that demographic. Hey, a fake girlfriend? That our readers will understand that perfectly. So they all right, what I'm trying to find their reasoning for picking her. This was the best reasoning that I might have had it on a...
I can't find... I was looking for...
They asked why would they have a fake woman on the Hot 100 list, and their response was, why not? She's got a ton of great qualities, including looking awesome in a bikini.
What was their answer?
That statement makes no sense whatsoever. But, I was urinated off at first, but now I kind of understand.
I like their attitude because they're asked, and then just there's an underlying in their answer of like, because shut up, it's our magazine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why don't you go print your own and you put whatever you want in it?
Like, their readers definitely are the type of people that would have fake girlfriends. So this makes complete sense.
Sure.
So I understand now. I'm not urinated off anymore.
Ooh,
I rescind my urinating off.
From, Modern Family. Huh. Emma Watson's the one from Harry Potter. She's number 19.
Oh, really?
So, yep.
Which one was I talking about?
You were
Julia Roberts' daughter?
Julia Roberts' niece.
Niece. Okay.
Katy Perry at 11. Jennifer Lawrence from the X-Men and Hunger Games.
She was in the X-Men?
Anyways.
She was...
Come on.
What was it? The blue girl. What's her name?
Mystique.
Mystique.
In the new one. Anyways.
Oh, in the new one. I'm like, she wasn't the old Mystique.
No, that was Rebecca Romaine, formerly Stamos.
Now O'Connell.
Now O'Connell. Yeah. Well, she's just doing great. Anyways.
Getting around that block.
No, Maxim is, they've always done this issue. They're number 69. I've been trying to find a list. The number 69, obviously, whatever. It's always a joke. It's been a joke.
I don't get it. What does it mean?
I don't know. I'm not. I've told you guys on the show countless times. I'm not a numbers guy.
I'm not a numbers guy.
Anyways, it's the number 69 has been a joke for the last couple of years. It was either last year or the year before. It was Stephen Colbert on Maxim's Hot 100.
That's true.
Stephen Colbert made number 69. It was either a year ago or the year before. I think it was last year.
Okay, well, see, it makes sense now.
Exactly.
I was just like, I'm like, okay, they're taking another jab at Teo. That's funny.
I'm trying to find athletes, like the female athletes. They didn't look like they did that well this year. Where's Brittany Griner?
MMA women.
Brittany Griner's a man, so she doesn't qualify. She doesn't qualify because she's
Brittany Griner made the honorable mention.
She has an Adam's apple. He's a man.
Where's Lindsey? Lindsey Vaughn has to be here. I'm searching for that. Lindsey Vaughn's not here. No one named Lindsey, by the way. That's odd. That's usually a name attractive people sometimes have. But I don't know.
Wouldn't know. I'm looking at the list. I wouldn't know a female athlete if she slapped me in the face.
No, neither.
I know. See, I know him obviously, but there's not Scarlett Johansson's there from the Avengers, so that's cool. But I mean, there's the athletes. They did not bring it this year.
Brooklyn Decker from Sports Illustrated is there.
Close enough.
Close. All right.
Round of applause for Brooklyn Decker.
Stacy Keibler, former pro wrestler.
Well, there you go.
Like from
WWE.
Oh well, that's fake.
We should just do a whole show about the Maxim's Hot 100. Look at this. Cameron Diaz is still here? Oh, she should be dead by now.
She's not that old.
Hey, they got the lady from the Today Show, the one with Kathy Lee Gifford. I forget the other one's name, but
really? Oh my God, there she is, Hoda.
Yeah, Hoda.
Kodeb.
She's
Whatever.
old.
Wow.
Why is she on the list?
Wow.
She's old.
I just saw that. That's 79. Outranked by a fake girlfriend. That's the thing you got to remember about everybody 68 or 70 and below or whatever above. They were all outranked by nothing. It's like, yeah, you're hot, but so is nothing. These poor women. Poor women. No, I don't. It does not look like the athletes had a strong showing here. This is a little upsetting for someone in the sports broadcasting community like ourselves. I thought Lindsey Vaughn would be here, but I guess not. Apparently, now that she's one of Tiger Woods'
players or something.
I know. Where's it? Like some tennis players or something? Where's Rafael Nadal
or Danica?
Exactly. Is Danica Patrick?
Nope, she's not on there.
Danica Patrick not on it.
Good.
No.
That bitch needs to go crawl into a hole and never come out of it.
Catherine McPhee, isn't that the country singer that committed suicide?
Yeah.
No, that's the.
Oh, Catherine McPhee did not kill herself.
She's from American Idol.
She's a country singer, though.
Mindy McCready.
Mindy McCready. I'm
right.
sorry. I got my country singers mixed up.
Catherine McPhee
she's not
is
even
not
a country
dead.
singer.
She's not?
No, she's
Okay.
like pop or something. I don't know.
I don't.
She
Wow.
sings.
This is just. I mean, this is. I'm just thoroughly shocked. I'm learning this with the rest of you, America. I do not see it. There's no athlete. Lindsey Vaughn should be here, right? I'm not crazy, right? We're just gonna look at pictures of Lindsey Vaughn now and sit quietly. No, we will move on, but obviously this is just. Okay, I'm sorry. Look at Lindsey Vaughn. Look at Lindsey Vaughn. Look at this. Look at this one.
Look at her.
Look at Lindsey Vonn. Come on. She is gorgeous. Oh, wow.
Now she's banging Tiger Woods.
Well, then I'm done. I'm out. I don't need whatever he's spreading. But anyways, that's it for you.
She is the one dating Tiger, right? Or am I confused?
Yes, she is. Apparently, you hear the latest rumor is like supposedly they went out for the first time as like a couple, like out to like a soiree or whatever rich people go to, and apparently he got drunk and embarrassed her. Is the rumor going around?
Oh, that's funny.
It's famous people. Lindsey Vonn embarrassed by Tiger Woods because he got drunk off his ass. It's just they're so famous. It sounds like cartoon characters.
Yeah.
It's like Fred Flintstone met Dumbo the elephant. And they went to a party and Dumbo got drunk. I don't even know. It's absolutely crazy. All right, I feel myself slowly losing the grips on this show, so we're going to try to continue. It's still what's urinating us off. I almost ended it, but we're going to go with one more. I'm going to give you your chance.
Okay.
You told me you had one, so why don't you go ahead
it
with
happened earlier because we were at the Indians game
Sure.
today. And every time there's a close call or the ump blows a call, they're no longer allowed to show replays on the scoreboard if it's a close call because when the fans boo, it might upset an umpire.
Really?
Yep.
Well, did they say that's like a policy or something? Or
Yeah.
they just
They didn't announce
it or
it.
something?
They didn't announce it, but other people were talking about it, and any close call, they did not replay because it'll hurt an umpire's feelings that they suck so bad and they blew a call. And then the umpire will be on the field standing crying because a stadium of 20,000 people is booing him because he sucks at his job.
Umpires have hit a new level of pussy when that one happened. I don't think that was a major league game. I think it was a minor league game or something.
Yeah, we discussed it earlier
there was,
today.
There was the one where he's playing
on the organ.
on
Three
the
blind
organ.
mice.
3 blind mice. Exactly. He's going like he plays 3 blind mice, and the guy throws the organ player out.
Yeah, and he wasn't just the organ player. He was the announcer.
Exactly.
He was doing the scoreboard.
The PA guy, everything. It was the whole behind-the-scenes show was him. They just threw him out. That is ridiculous.
I got to give props to the organ guy today. He was when Travis Hafner came up to the plate, former Indian.
He did the chicken dance.
Yeah, he started playing the chicken dance.
I noticed things seem kind of old school on the organ and stuff today. Were they doing stuff different, or is that just how they always do it?
No, there's always an organ player. Sometimes they'll play some sound clips and they mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Real old school kind of day though, with the especially with the back to back.
Yeah,
the traditional
doubleheader.
Traditional doubleheader. Haven't done one of those in a while, but they had to obviously because of scheduling purposes. They have to be in Philly for a game tomorrow. They're on their way. They're either on their way there now or they're already there now. They're probably there now.
Yeah.
Honestly, they probably left as soon as the game ended, but I mean, after they do their little media junket and whatever, not going with them, Lonnie Chisenhall.
Oh.
Going to Columbus. I was shocked to wake up to that news today. Lonnie Chisenhall sent back down to Columbus.
You know what? He needs to stop playing like a bum.
Apparently.
He's sucking ass this year.
They have too many options. We didn't think they would. I remember on the show, it was the same weekend. It was like a Saturday and a Sunday that we signed Giambi and Daisuke Matsuzaka. And I remember I put the question up to you, Von Erich, of who would play here first. And you, not faulting you by any means, because we were all in agreement that it was a tie for never. Neither one would ever see any time here. Matsuzaka, obviously, we're right so far anyways.
Is he even still in the minors?
I think he still is part of the Tribe organization, but they could have quietly let him go, and I don't think I would have noticed at this point. I think he's fallen down that far. But Giambi, I mean, not the best performance today, but he's been an integral part of this success.
Yeah.
With the time he's spending at DH. And he, because of his ability that he's been showing this season, made Lonnie Chisenhall expendable enough to send down. The Tribe didn't have to rely on Lonnie Chisenhall. No. It's not like, well, whether he's good or bad, we're stuck with him.
We have a lot of versatile people, because Mark Reynolds can play third, he can play first, or he can DH. And then we have Aviles, who is a backup who can play second, short, or third.
Mm-hmm. Swisher can play switch
first.
from outfield to first.
Yeah, outfield to first.
This is an incredibly versatile lineup.
We have a lot of
It is ridiculous how much you can shuffle this thing around and give it different looks.
It's basically almost like a team half full of utility players.
Exactly. So many of these people here. I don't know if there's any one player on this team that can really only play one spot. I mean, there's guys like Azzy where he's never going to not be short, and guys like Kipnis that are never going to not be second. Obviously, we have no reason to ever move either one of those two, but they could theoretically, if need
Our
be.
whole outfield can rotate.
Our whole outfield can.
Yeah, because they're all basically
All
center
over the place.
fielders, except for when Rayburn goes out to right.
Didn't really get to break down the MLB standings tonight, but I would like to share that as of this moment, the Tribe are still tied for first place
Come on, Houston.
with the
Win
Detroit
over Detroit.
Tigers, who
Yeah.
play
I
Houston
know I'm
tonight.
That's a tall order.
Who play Houston tonight, and
Reaching, but-
it is the top of the third. Houston on top, 2-1.
Woo!
All right, Houston, we need you to
That's
get
a
a
start.
few of your 40 wins this season in the next couple days.
All right, now to end the show the way we always do. 3 up, 3 down time, starting with down number 3. Down number 3, Tom Thibodeau. Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau, head coach of the Bulls, fined $25,000 after complaining that the Bulls won't get any calls against the Heat.
They won't.
We know they won't, but you gotta shut up, Tom.
You know what? No.
We know they won't.
No, he let him bitch. Because
What's he gonna do? Cry? Who cares?
No, refs need to learn how to do their goddamn job.
They do.
Same with the
It's
umps
a-
in baseball.
it's a screwed up
Do
system,
your
but at the
job,
same time-
and I'm sorry if a replay is gonna make you look like a jackass who doesn't know how to do your job.
You're absolutely right, but I don't need Tom Thibodeau to come out and be a little bitch about it. Just win. You did it the first game. You didn't need to come out and just get bitch slapped in the second game. Down number 2, Titus Young, former Lions wide receiver, arrested 3 times this week. Twice in one day at one
Idiot.
point. Yep.
Idiot.
Doesn't know
He
what the hell
tried
he's
to
doing.
steal his car from the impound lot.
Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah, that
Makes
happens
sense.
all the time. Always works.
Dumbass.
Down number 1, the Sacramento, well, just the city of Sacramento in general, actually. We talked about it earlier. Maloofs won't sell a team to a Sacramento-based group intent on keeping them there. Will only move them to the Seattle group, which obviously would like to move the team to Seattle. We'll know more on that next week. And up number 3, Justin Masterson won both starts this week, which allowed him to be tied with the league leaders at 6 wins. Also a 1.68 ERA over that same span, including a 1-0 win over the New York Yankees earlier today. Nasty. Tell you what, is it
He
too
was
early?
good.
Is
He
it
was
too
sick
early to
today.
talk Cy Young?
I
Yes.
don't know. Yeah. Well, yes.
Way too early.
But he was
But if
sick
they gave
today.
the award out tomorrow,
Just
good
saying.
chance he'd get it. But anyways,
4-hit shutout
up number
today.
2, LeBron James, Serge Ibaka, Tyson Chandler, Joakim Noah, Tony Allen, and Chris Paul, NBA All-Defensive First Team. Again, no Marc Gasol there. I don't know. And up number 1, Tiger Woods. Besides drunkenly embarrassing Lindsey Vonn, as we established earlier, he won the Players' Championship. For
I
his
think
fourth,
that's what he needed. He needed a
fourth
new
win on the
girlfriend.
PGA
He's doing
Tour
good this year.
season.
He needed a new girlfriend.
Here comes the Masters, or not the Masters. What's the next one?
US Open.
The U.S. Open. Here
Why
it
do
comes.
I know this?
I don't know. Well, something's
watching
coming.
SportsCenter this
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us this week. Next week, we're going to have more NBA talk as we get closer to the finals. More baseball talk as the season gets ever hotter into the month of May. Maybe something fun will happen in the NFL. Who knows? We got 7 days before we see you again. All that and so much more. So for Chris, for Von Erich, for Ashley, I am Ralphie saying good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Thanks for tuning in to High on Sports on MorningshowCentral.com.